Welcome to the People Chronicles. I'm Jackie Hoffman, and we are joined by the lovely, talented, artistic, beautiful Stephanie Grace.
Thank you.
She is joining us. It's so nice of you to come along and join
for talking with me.
this crazy group of people here.
I love it.
We're a lot of fun, too.
I love it. Thanks for having me.
We start off the People Chronicles every week with ourselves learning a question about you, and it is the same question. What do you want people to learn from your story today?
Well, I want people to learn that if you're willing to work hard and make a goal, have a dream, if you're willing to work hard, it can come true.
And I think Stephanie's dream and her goal that she's about to share with us is very interesting and intriguing, and I want you to share it with all of our viewers and listeners out there. First of all, where are you from, Stephanie?
I'm from Douglasville, Pennsylvania.
And how old are you?
Just turned 17 on Saturday.
And you have been to Nashville, Tennessee, and back quite a few times.
Yes, I've been there about 6 or 7 times so far this year, so it's been a crazy year.
And I had the opportunity to see you for the first time performing. So for those of you that don't know, what we're about to break free to you is the fact that you're a musician and you're also homeschooled. Is that correct?
Yes, I cyber school, which basically means I take all my classes online.
And when did you start that?
My sophomore year, and I'm a junior, so I'm still kind of new to it,
But you can kind of, go through it as you want to, take a little break, watch Days of Our Lives, come back.
It's very flexible, yeah, definitely.
With a schedule like yours, it has to be.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah, I'm a strong supporter of a good education, but, I'm also a strong supporter of having a career and following your dreams. So I have to balance both, and cyber school is what made that possible. So.
Wow. Who taught you that? Your parents?
Oh, yes. My family has been wonderful.
And does anyone else have the talent in your family of singing?
Oh, not really.
Where did it come from?
That's really a good question. I mean, my great uncle plays guitar and sings in church, but other than that, there's really not musical background in my family. So we all kind of wonder where it came from.
Were you always this confident?
No, I was a very shy, awkward kid. Up until probably 12, 13 years old. So I couldn't even make eye contact with people when I talked. I was very shy, but I was able to overcome that. Singing brought me out of my shell, without a doubt.
Really? So getting on stage or having a microphone or having an audience kind of helped you to break free of feeling that?
Yeah, I mean, I love to sing from the time I was able to speak, but I was always afraid to talk in front of people, to sing in front of people. So that was just kind of my fear. And then I came home from school one day and I told my mom I wanted to sing in my first grade talent show. And she was like, "You're gonna sing in front of people?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Okay." And I got up there, and when I realized how amazing it felt, I wanted to do it again. And it's just kind of grown from there.
And so what was it that you said to yourself? Was it someone that you watched on TV and I want to grow up and be like them or her?
Yeah.
Who was it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, my idols growing up, I always loved country music, but, when you're 6, 7, 8 years old, you're into Disney Channel. I'm going to be completely honest.
Yeah, it's all right.
Hilary Duff and Hannah Montana at the time, and just saw how glamorous it looked to be on stage. They just looked so alive, and I'm like, I like to sing. I want to try that. So it's just a matter of getting up there and trying it to realize how much I loved it.
And you went outside the box at that young age, not knowing what you were going to get yourself into, not knowing, there's something big on the other side of this.
Yeah, I just was a little girl that thought singing looks cool. I had no idea. My family didn't either. They were not, prepared for this at all.
And what did your peers think about you taking up this hobby of singing?
It was funny because in school I never talked. I was very shy. I was always the kid who was afraid to raise their hand. I don't believe that, Jackie. I don't know if I believe that. But I was always the shy, awkward kid. So when everyone heard me sing, they were like, "What? This doesn't make sense."
Right.
I would just shrug, "Oh, I just like to sing." But yeah, no one really expected that I'd actually get up there. And I didn't either. And then when I did, I realized, I can do this. Let's do this again.
So what has been the biggest learning experience that you have had to go through already in your young life? Whether it be through traveling or the people that you meet or the things that you're learning about with your career. What has been one of the biggest learning experiences so far for Stephanie Grace?
Probably that you cannot go anywhere if you're not willing to work hard. And I kind of mentioned that earlier, but it's so true. Like, if you want to accomplish something, and with a dream as big as mine, like, you have to be willing to put that time in. You know, people think it's very glamorous. Ooh, she gets to sing and meet famous people. But there's hours and hours of hard work each day that goes into it. And I didn't realize that until I took this on full time, full force. And it's worth it. But there are days when it's rough. But it's like you have those good days that make up for it.
And your final dream would be what?
To inspire other people. I mean, there's hard work that's involved, but to show people that if you do that, this is what you can get. You can get the satisfaction of singing in front of people and touching other people with your music and bringing it to other people. Like, it's different than just singing in your bedroom. Like, you're actually in front of people and people are enjoying it. And to me, it's so rewarding.
And it sounds rewarding because I had the opportunity to hear you sing in person, and it was my very first time. And I mean, you could just see the crowd kind of give a big wow. It was outstanding. And one of my favorites that you sing is from the band Perry. So that's one of my favorite songs. So you said that you had started out, as we backtrack a little bit here, you started out in school singing for part of a show. And then where have you been since then? I mean, the first person that, let's say, you opened up for on stage.
Well, when my family realized how much I love singing, they looked into some singing competitions. My mom was like, would you be willing to, do a little junior idol contest? And I'm like, yeah, let's try it. So one of the contests I won, I was 9 years old. The prize was to sing at this big big fall festival in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And I got to open up the show. And I kind of went on right before the opening act, who at the time was Taylor Swift. And she was my age at the time. I think she was 16. I'm 17 now. I'm not used to saying 17 yet. But she was 16 at the time. I was 9. And I took the stage right before her. So she was the first artist that I opened for and shared the stage with. And it was an incredible experience. And I got to meet her afterwards. I got to talk with her. And she inspired me, like watching how she treated her fans and just how she treated me. I mean, she said she wanted to meet me. The people at the radio station said, "Hey, Stephanie, come here. We want you to meet someone." And they took me by the hand over to meet Taylor. And I was like, oh my gosh, this isn't happening.
Sure, for someone your age.
Awkward 9-year-old. And I can't remember exactly what she said to me, but I can just remember how sweet she was. And she gave me a lot of advice too. She said, do you write your own songs? And I'm like, no, not really. And she's like, you should start writing your own songs, try it. Move to Nashville was another thing she told me. Learn an instrument. Like, she gave me all these tips, and she told my dad, next time you're in Nashville, let me know. Which, of course, now she's a little unapproachable, but at the time, I met her a second time, and she remembered me.
Wow.
So just kind of watching how she treats her fans inspired me to treat others in a certain way. Be nice to them, appreciate what they do for you.
And she keeps herself very grounded. 8 years later, she's still that same Taylor Swift. And, there's nothing bad that I can say about her. And she's just such a great role model. And I see you turning into someone just like that. But when we come back, we're going to take a short break. And when we do come back, we're going to find out about one of the biggest things that is a problem in schools, and that is bullying. And Stephanie Grace has a story to tell about a video that is already out and about there, and it has to do with bullying, which I think should be seen in every single school. When we come back on the People Chronicles with Stephanie Grace.